it's just such a great freaking voice. And I think so far it's probably my favorite. I know we said that's the last like 3 of their songs, but I think it's my favorite Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young song because I really like Ohio. Like at this point, looking back,
you think this is better than Ohio?
I mean, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know.
And lost all credit. Where's all your credibility?
Definitely did not lose all credibility. There are people who for sure
lost all your evidence, girl.
And I'm also like not saying like that it's like a crap ton better because that also has its own can of worms of why that is super significant.
I don't know. I'm still dumbfounded that you think this is better than Ohio.
That's not like the point. Like, I mean, I think I might listen to this more than listen to Ohio.
A few minutes later.
Actually, like in terms of like revisiting, I think I might revisit to Ohio more, just of the upbeat nature of the song. The point of what I was saying wasn't that like this is like such a better song than Ohio. More so like I think they're like really in a state of effing flow with their sauciness.
I would agree with that. They're both in a flow state in like different directions.
We can say in terms of like, let's say songwriting impact, like them coming together around a theme, like we can say Ohio is like, you know, more up there.
Yeah.
But in terms of like effing really laying the sauce out on the table and like, I don't know, just laying, like using their instruments and just freaking going. Like Neil Young, like he had some walk-ups like that were super nice.
Okay,
like
the guitar
saucy, bro.
So this feels like a shiny new Mercedes.
Definitely not.
It does, and I'll tell you why. This feels shiny, brand new. This is a nice.
This is rusty.
Not at all.
There's rust on the car, but it's like a super awesome car. Like
what did you just describe? What from? Not the car thing. What did you describe earlier?
I don't know.
The flashy Benz, the guitar stuff that's swirling around, the yelling. The things in this song are meant to be ear-catching and catch your like eye, catch your gaze, catch your mentality. Like they're still saying something at the same time, but they're 100% trying to gather and garner attention through flashy activities. For me, the difference in this in Ohio, while it's a lot of like minute differences, the main difference that I hear is when you're playing a jam band, you want people to listen to the jam. Whereas with Ohio, they're like, we just have to sing this song because it's important and we need to get it out, right? And even if nobody listened to it, they think probably people will resonate, but even if nobody listened to it, they're like, that's important.
But the point of this song isn't even a jam band song. This is like a statement song. It just happens to have freaking awesome like sauce like floating around. But it's not a jam. Like it's not meant to be like a hard jam song.
I actually disagree now. The more we've talked about this, in reality, I like the meaning behind it.
Yeah.
But every song that Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young are ever going to write is going to have some meaning. It's all like we haven't heard a single song yet that didn't have some amount of meaning. Is this like crazy different than any of them? No. Like it definitely is a unique direction.
For sure.
But I don't think it's doing anything that is like either groundbreaking in that. They're both good. It's like
I think the combination of meaning and instrumentation is groundbreaking for what they're doing in 1970. Absolutely.
You think this is groundbreaking for 1970?
I'm saying let's repeat what I said.
Okay.
I said I think the meaning, like the statement piece of the song combined with the instrumentation is groundbreaking. Because there's people I'm sure who made more grandiose or really great like statement pieces on maybe this topic, and probably people who had there have been bands who have had way higher caliber of jam, like they are not the top of the tier jam band scene. Like that's not them per se.
I agree, yeah.
But I'm saying in terms of the combination, like can a band do both? I feel like I don't know if there's a band that would have such an authentic, genuine statement paired with like great instrumentation at the same time as them in 1970. I don't think so.
Put a pin in that. It might. Listen, I feel like I'm arguing that I don't like the song, and I really freaking love the song. I guess it just didn't
We're getting nuanced AF.
Yeah. Like, this is definitely in a second video for sure. But, dude, I love the song. I think it's great. I really like that. My favorite part of the song is, I guess, kind of the realization we both came to, where it's, like, about him saying, if I compromise this, like, this thing about me, it might help or hurt somebody compromising something about them. And I think that's really unique, and that is groundbreaking to me, and that is something that I've never heard in another song.
For sure.
The Bends, I've heard another song. The singing style, I've heard in a song.
Absolutely.
But like that is a pretty unique idea, and especially again if we place ourselves in a time period, which is sometimes hard to do, but yeah, I mean it's really, really freaking good.
And you almost need some of that flashy instrumentation and just choices to get people there to listen. Because if it's like an uppity, I'm not saying Ohio is uppity because it's very like like straightforward. It's almost like it's a very stern like protest song. You know what I mean?
It feels like a song
And, like-
you would legit sip like cognac to. Like you need to discuss with your buddies, and you're like, yes, yeah, what happened in Ohio? Yes.
Yeah, it's like you're like getting like amped up a little mad. It's almost like it's not like a marching anthem, but you could like walk and step aggressively like out of protest like to that song. Whereas this is much more of like you're at a bar with your buddies or whatever. You have long hair and you're just like, yo, like this fucking is a lot or whatever. Like I think they needed some of that bombacity to like get people like to the song, but like the focal point of the song isn't like the sauce. But like if that gets someone there to hear the message, then that's like cool. But it's like not like the point of the song. I don't think is the jam itself. Like the jam is supporting the ability to propound the message.
It almost felt like what came first, the jam or the lyrics, like the chicken or the egg. I think in this case it was probably the jam, and it probably made him feel like he probably looked around. This is what I think. This is my own canon for this universe.
Let's go, dude. Let's go.
He looks around to his whole band playing and jamming to the song and playing really cool stuff, and I can see a moment that might have or might not have happened, but definitely in my head it's happening, where he looks at everybody and goes like, dang, we were 4 haircuts away from never meeting. He's like, I definitely almost cut my hair. Glad I didn't.
Even if that was like 8 years ago.
Yes.
It's like you wouldn't have talked to me if I'd cut my hair.
Yo, or even like I might have started playing guitar if I like had cut my hair. I might have just rolled with a different crowd, might have not gotten into the scene. Like we are 4 haircuts away collectively, like each one of us, from never being in a band, never playing music, never releasing a song. Can't believe I almost cut my hair. So I don't know. Definitely a really cool song.
Great
really
conversation stemming from it.
I know, right?
I do love how it's so nuanced. Where like I'm sure like you said, like almost like you're arguing as if you don't like the song, but you love the song.
Yeah,
it's not that at all. It's like people watching. It's like that's where it's like you're at like the top layer of like just a certain point where it gets like so freaking nuanced. But these are the conversations that need to happen sometimes.
Yeah, and also there's 2 things to address. For one, this is the most real we get is like. When we're like parsing apart a song that's like we're probably arguing a 5% variance, literally, not 90 to 95%.
For sure.
Like A to A+. We're arguing a 5% difference, but it feels like every like percentage point is like a battlefield in the ground where like, oh, there's so much to talk about, so much to do. And dude, we do this all the time where we just go way too ham on the little details. I still love you. You're still my friend. And this is my favorite stuff to do is like get way too in the weeds with you. Way too in the weeds. I talked about a Mercedes, dude. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways.
If we didn't have this type of banter, it would not be the same, bro.
It would
not be the same.
Dude, this is why it takes us so long to
be the
record,
same.
because we cut off the cameras normally and just banter for the next like 35 minutes.
With these like same conversations.
Yeah.
So hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us know what you think down below. I'm curious on your guys' thoughts. Am I alone in this assumption? Definitely not. I probably have like an unfair advantage ultimately because there's a lot of probably nostalgia attached to the freaking song.
Yeah.
But let's get some arguments on Alex's team. You know, like
listen, I'm cool being a lone wolf. I'm like Matthew McConaughey driving away in the sunset and whatever that one movie is. He's like, all right.
That was a commercial.
It's a lot cooler if you did. Dude, he drove cars and whatever. It's gonna be a whole nother fucking video. All right, see you guys.
Lankin.